Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been almost 4 days. Manchester City won against Manchester United in the FA Cup final. It was in line with the expectations since Manchester City were hugely favorite in the FA Cup final and Manchester United came into the final as a underdog. So Manchester City winning by 2 goals to 1 was not an unexpected result. But as a die-hard Manchester United fan, it took some time for me to digest. It took some time for me to digest losing against your biggest rival and your worst enemy. So, what is the topic of this video? I'd like to cover how this FA Cup defeat impacts both the clubs or reflects both the clubs. Before going into that topic, I'd like you to visit my FA Cup review where I mentioned or where I predicted, my brain predicted Manchester City would win, and my heart, my bottom of my heart, predicted United to win. So eventually, my brain won against my heart, and you would find that link on top of the video. Now coming back to the topic. So how this defeat reflects the culture of the club, the way the club is progressing, and so on. So by seeing the result, you will say that okay, it's 2 goals to 1. It's not a bad result, or it's not that Manchester City won overwhelmingly. But if you watch the game, you would see Manchester City were dominant force in the game and Manchester City were ruling the game. Now, how does that thing happen that suddenly momentum has shifted from Manchester United to Manchester City? Back in early 2000 decade, Manchester United were the dominant force in Manchester. That means Manchester was red. But eventually in early 2010s, the momentum has eventually shifted from Manchester United to Manchester City, and for past few years Manchester City are dominant and are way ahead of Manchester United. That means right now Manchester is blue. Take in terms of winning trophies, in terms of playing football, how the style, the way they play football, the coaching stuff, the overall structure of the club, and the first and foremost, the vision of the club. Manchester City are way ahead of Manchester United. How did that happen? Since Sir Alex Ferguson left, Manchester United neither tried to improve their coaching stuff, their scouting process, their infrastructure, and first and foremost, the corporate structure of Manchester United is still very, very primitive. The football or the soccer has evolved so much in past 1 decade. and Manchester United are going backward. First and foremost, what needs to be settled? That is the Manchester United ownership. Still, nobody is clear of what is going to happen with the Manchester United ownership. Being the owner of Manchester United, the Glazers family, they were never a favorite ones among the fans, but now they are the most hated ones. So, keeping an eye that Manchester United infrastructure hasn't improved a lot in past couple of decades, and at the same time the performance of the club is declining. It is a very good time for Glazers family to leave the ownership of Manchester United completely. But that process needs to be settled as soon as possible for scouting process, for Eric Ten Hag, and for the squad. We need these things to be settled first. Otherwise, Eric Ten Hag will not know how much budget is in place, what is the vision of the team, and what is the vision of the club, and so on. So, right now, Manchester United are way behind from Manchester City in all those parameters, and it will take quite a time for Manchester United to make a comeback to its old mojo and performing consistently season after season. It's not only about a match, it's not only about 5 or 10 matches at a stretch, it's not even about one season, it's about season after season. You have to perform well. That is what it is all about, Manchester United. So, this is it from my end for today. Please leave your opinion in the comment section whether you agree with my analysis or not. Your opinion is most important to me. And first and foremost, please subscribe to my channel, like my video, and share with your family and friends. Thank you, everyone.